Hello everyone, welcome to Brahma Music. This is the very first lesson we are going to have, and because it's the first one, we shall not learn many things. We are going to learn a few things, and once again, I welcome you. So today we are going to look at the introduction to music, and introduction to music will open our mind, will make us understand what really we want to know, or what really are we going to do in this lesson and even the future lessons. So we shall go ahead. Music is something so sweet. That's why I've written there, the sweet world of music. Because every time you walk, you can have a song in your mind. You can hear someone singing. You can hear a song played by someone in an instrument or in a phone like that. So music is very sweet. So first, we are going to look at the meaning of music. Music, as I've just said, that you can hear it from anywhere. You can have it within yourself. So, music is any sound, either instrumental or vocal, that is pleasing to the ear. So, we don't want things that are not pleasing to the ear. Everything that you hear and that's pleasing to your ear, that makes you feel good, that's music. It can either be played by someone in a guitar, in the keyboard, organ, whatever. Someone can be singing, or you can be singing it inside yourself. That's music because it's pleasing to your ear. And we can go ahead and look at ways in which people can write music. There are two ways in which people can write music. That is staff notation and solver notation. But for us, in everything that we are going to do here, this is lesson one and we shall have other lessons. We are going to dwell on the first one, that is staff notation. Maybe in the future lessons, we can look at solver notation. But now we are doing the staff notation, the first one. So we can go ahead and define terms used in staff notation. First of all, we have a word called staff, also called stave. This word or these two words mean the same thing, and it is 5 parallel lines with 4 spaces within them. As you can see on the right hand side, there are 5 lines which are parallel. You can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and within them there are 4 spaces. So those 5 parallel lines with 4 spaces within them are the ones called staff, also called stave. That's the first term we're going to look at. And we can look at this stuff. What is it like? What does it have? Its composition. So we're going to look at about the staff. The first thing there is the 5 lines of the staff are numbered from below upwards. That is lines 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, starting from bottom going upwards. You can see the 5 lines here. There are 5, so each line has a number. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5. The first one from below is called line 1. The second one going upwards is line 2, and topmost the topmost line is called line 5. That's how the arrangement is. We can look at them here. We can see there is something before one. There is something, that thing is called a clef. It's a G clef. We shall reach there very soon. So the first line is called 1. The second going upwards is 2. The third one is the middle one. The fourth is the second from up, and the first from up is called line 5. Hope you're getting that. Mark this because we shall be having many things about this. We shall be referring to line 2 to line 1 like that. Also, if we are using the F clef, this was G clef, and the next one is now the F clef or the bass clef. Even using this clef, we shall still call the same lines 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from bottom going upwards. It's just the same. There's another type of clef also, it's called C clef. There, as long as it's a staff, the lines are numbered that way. You cannot start from up going downwards. If you do that, then you have spoiled the game, and which is wrong. So let's continue. We can look at this term called clef. A clef is an English term. It comes from Italian word which is called clavis. Clavis is in Italian. Italiano, it means key, like the opening of something. So here we are going to say that a clef is like a key to the staff. The 5 lines are the staff. So the clef acts like a key to the staff. It guides to finding the exact letter names of the staff lines. We have first looked at the letter names of the lines here. We are seeing the number lines. It's the number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. Also, these lines apart from these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, these lines also have other names which are letters ranging from A to G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and again from G it goes to A. G, A, B, C, D, like that until G. Again it starts from A. So those A, B, C, D, like that up to G are given to these lines according to the clef that is found in the staff. We are saying this, the clef is like a key to the staff. It guides on or to finding the exact letter names of the staff lines. Exact letter names. We are talking here about the letter names and not the numbers of the lines, not the number but the letter. Letter A, B, like that. So here the clef here is called F clef, and we shall look at it. We shall know which line is F, which line is any name that it deserves. Here we have the F clef, the one we've just looked at here. So this F clef, we are calling it F clef or also bass clef. And if you can look at the clef, how it looks like, there's one line in which the clef touches more than the rest. If you look at line 1, the first line from the bottom, the clef does not touch. The second line from bottom, the clef touches once. The third line from bottom, the clef touches also once. The fourth line from bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, the clef touches it twice. You see that? The beginning and also some part in its curve. And the upper line, that's in line 5, is also touched, something which looks like twice, but it's supposed to be touching once. So here we have looked at the 4 lines. The 4 lines have been touched by this clef, and the line that has been touched by this clef more times is the 4th line. So that line, the 4th line which has been touched by this clef called F clef, which has been touched more times, will be given the name of that clef. Here we can call this line 4 the line F. That's the letter name of that. So because we are calling that letter F, we now consider our alphabet order. The alphabet order is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that, going upwards, and then descending order also we shall follow it the same way. So here, if we've said that the 4th line is called line F, then the space above it must be G and cannot be E, because when we are going upwards, we are following the alphabetical order. So if the 4th line, which has been touched by F clef more times, has been given the name F, so the upper space above F is called space G, and the line above G is called line A, and also the space above that A is called space B. If you're coming downwards from F, from the main point F, the not the note, but the alphabet behind E, or when we are coming downwards from Z coming all the way to A, just before, after F coming towards A, there is letter E. So the space below F is called space E. Also, the space after the line after space E is called D. Following that way, going from D to C to B to A. That's how we can start from A, B, C, D, E, F, the central point, G. After G, there is no H. We have said that the letter names here are only 7. It is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. From G again, you begin from A, like that. So I hope you've understood this, and if you don't understand, you can still ask in the comment section below there. You can write what you don't understand, and in the second lesson, I shall repeat what is there to be repeated, and so that you understand, because we are supposed to move on together. Also, there is a clef called C clef. The clef you're seeing here is called C clef. Here we are saying it's called F clef. F clef, the line that is touched by this clef more times, is given the name F. Here we have C clef. The C clef has a middle part. If you can look at it well, it looks like a B, like it looks like a B, but it's called C clef. And in the middle of it, that's where C will be. This clef is used for writing either alto voice or tenor. When it's used for writing alto, it looks like this. It can also be used for writing tenor. It looks exactly like this, but how it's put in the staff is different. It's slightly raised up, such that the second line, no, the 4th line, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th line becomes the center. That's when using it for writing tenor. But now because we are using it for writing alto, the third line, line 1, 2, 3, third line will be in the middle. So this one, any line that lies in the middle of this clef is called C clef, and any line that lies in the middle of C clef is called C, line C. I hope you're understanding that any line that is lying in the middle of C clef is assigned the name C, letter C. So the upper space is given D, the upper line of upper from C, D, we are going to E. The space above E is called F, and the line above F is called G. Also coming downwards from the central point C, we have B, the space B. We have also the line A, which is below that B. And because we're saying the letters are going from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, there is no H. So immediately after A, there is G below it. I hope you understand that. Also, you can see from the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the line 5, if line 5 is given the name G, so the space above it must be A because there is no H. I hope you understand that. Comment section is there for you. Please do not hesitate. You can write there and you shall understand. So we have been looking at these clefs, like the term clef and the meaning, and we said that there are three types of clefs. There's G clef, F clef, and C clef. First of all, we have looked at the F clef, which is that one. We have looked at the C clef. Now we are going to look at the G clef. G clef has many names. It has several names. The first name is called G clef. The another one is called the violin clef, the soprano clef, and it's also called treble clef. All those are its names. And this clef is used for writing two voices. It can be used for writing soprano, and it can also be used for writing alto. I hope you understand that. Now you can look at this clef. It has many things. In particular, you can look at line 1. Line 1 is the bottom line. That line is touched by this clef, I think 3 times. You can see it looks like 3 times. Yeah, that's 3 times. We can go to line 2. Line 2 is touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Line 2 is touched by this clef called G clef 4 times. You can check the line 3 is touched twice. Line 4 is also touched twice, and line 5 is also touched the same number, that is twice. So if we compare all the 5 lines, we have seen that line 2 is touched by G clef 4 times more than any other line. So that line 2 is given the name of that clef. Line 2 is now called line G because the G clef has touched it more times than any other line. So we give that line the name G. Now you have now understood that if you are using the G clef, line 2 is given the name G. If line 2 is given the name G, which means any from that line G, the above space is called A and the below space is called F. I hope you understand that. So that I want to take you and show you how that one really works, because you need to understand, like, you cannot just assume that way. The line 2 here is given the name G because it has been touched by G clef more times. So the space between line 2 and line 3 is given the name A because after G it is A. The line 3 is given the name B. The space between 3 and 4 is given the name C. The line 4 is given the name D. The space between 4 and 5 is given the name E. And line 5 is given the name F. I hope you understand that. From the central point again of this clef, we are saying line 2 is the one which is called G. So below it, there is a space between 2 and 1. That space is given the name F. And the line 1 is given the name E. Below the line E, that line 1, which you have given the name E, below it, there is a space also. That space, we call it D. I hope you are getting it. Get it, understand it, keep it. And remember, this is Brahma Music, still giving you this. And if you're new here, and of course I know most of you are new, like this is your first video, you have not seen any before that of this. First there was a trailer video before and some people looked at it, those ones subscribed and they are now fine. Now for you, the new person here, please subscribe. There's a button there below, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that when we post new videos you can still see. Okay, we are going. In the next lesson we are supposed to look at the music notes. There are several notes in music, and there are lengths of such notes. So I've just ended this lesson here, and I only wanted you to look at the notes, just to look at them. You can see there is a note called the wall note. We are saying the note, the symbol of the note is there, its rest, and also there is a name, and usually like the number of beats that it normally has. So you can look at it. For now, you can just look at it. You can go Google and get someone who knows music, or who you think has some prior knowledge of music. Let him show you these things, because we are going to look at them in the next lesson, and I don't want you to miss out anything. I want you to have everything that's supposed to be there. I want you to understand everything that you're supposed to have. So I would like to try and do something, and show you something that I have already shown you. So I want to go again and go through this. So we're going to say that the music is any sound that's pleasing to your ear, and you understand that there are two ways of writing music, that is staff notation and solver notation. And we say that we are only looking at staff notation for this case. There's something called staff. A staff is just the number of 5 parallel lines within with 4 spaces within them. Sorry. And we said that the staff has 5 lines, which are given their number names, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from below. So the bottom line is called 1, and the upper line is called 5, like the way you sing there. uh, if you're using the F clef, the same thing, and also if you're using the G clef, the same thing, you give them the name. We're going to look at the clef. The clef is, we have said that the clef is like a key to the staff. It guides you on finding the exact letter name of the staff. And there are 3 types of clefs. There's G clef, F clef, and C clef. Yeah, this is called F clef, and the line called 4 has been touched by this clef more times than any other line. So that line is given the name F of that clef. Also, we have an clef called C clef. This C clef has touched line 3 more times than any other, and it's in its middle. So we give that line 3 the name C, and the other lines get their names from there. We have the treble clef, which is also called violin clef or soprano clef, and its main name is called the G clef. It touches line 2 more times than any other line, and that line 2 is given the name G, because that is the line that it has touched more times. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you are understanding. These things are just cheap, things are very simple, and music requires you to be ready, like you are there with your pen, with your pencil, with your rubber, because sometimes you need to draw these things like that, and that's music. It's